Alrighty, if you are joining me from part 3 and wondering where I'm at, because I told you I was taking the elevator back up, took a peek and realized I could shave a little bit of time off. So what we're going to do is I've marked number 1 by the first place we need to go, 2-ish, and then from there it's pretty straightforward. So, here we go. And again, thanks for joining me. Grabbing a mushroom as always. Black mushrooms. What we're going to do is we're going to ride by Mistwood Ruins. I've actually already heard what we need to hear, but we're going to do it again just in case. Here you should hear a howl in about 2 seconds or so. There it is. That's important. We'll get back to that later. You're going to see some really big bears. We're going to try everything we can to avoid them, because they are fast. They can even catch you on your horse. So, yeah, best just to avoid those guys. Like that guy right over there. Gold rune 5 is what we wanted. Ride like hell. We're aiming for this big rune up here. This is pretty optional, and I'll probably cut it out of the future video.
Is anybody there?
But we're going to go ahead and
Someone who might
do
be
it.
interested in rescuing the great Kenneth White.
Yeah, you're super great, buddy.
Well, that's no. Despite
What he wants
untarnished, I want you to unite.
is for us to clear out that fort that we already did.
Fine, I doubt that it. No.
We're going to exhaust his dialogue.
Right then, I've much. What's that look? Well, even the which is why
The dagger's kind of nice.
Would you like? I
It
see bright
includes
enter to
quick step,
what say you?
which is a pretty sweet little ability that comes in handy in some of the poison scarlet rot areas.
Right then, I've much.
Off he goes. We're going to go visit Kale real quick. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the dagger has quick step on it. That's going to allow you to travel some of the poisonous and scarlet rottish areas a little bit safer without needing to invest a ton in consumables. So, let's talk to our boy Kale.
Always
And he knows something about that howl.
a howl, I suppose. Next time you don't try just having it.
He's going to give us that.
Goodbye. For
We're going to go ahead and shortcut it. We're going to go back. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need that. Back to Fort Height. This quest line has bugged on me, I think, twice out of about a dozen runs. If it does, you'll need to visit the Church of Vows to reset this guy's aggro. Most of the time it's fine though. I don't know what's causing it. It might be something to do with the rune bears, is something I read. Maybe I roll into him on accident a couple times. I'm not sure, so I'm just going to be really careful not to irritate him. We're going to ride till we hear him howl again. There he is. We're going to get a little bit closer. A little bit closer. Hop off our horse. Use that gesture. He's going to hop down. Might not be close enough. He's going to hop down. There we go. Going to run around and talk to him.
Who goes there? Carly sent you.
Good.
The name's bloody
Okay.
fled, so come tell me. I can offer you. Dara will, and in need.
Alright, cool. That's what we wanted. And now, all the way to Death Touch Catacombs. We're going to pick up a replacement for our spear. You could absolutely do this when we first get there. We just did some things to make it a lot easier. Again, if you're watching these videos, it's to make the game easier, not necessarily to rush through it. So, all those mushrooms we've been picking up, all those sunflowers we picked up in part 3, those are going to get useful right now. If you want to remix your Flask of Wondrous Physics using those tiers that we picked up by the sunflowers, you can. I'm just going to stick with it. I haven't really used it much. Item crafting, we want holy pots. And we've got loads. I'm going to swap them in. And now here we go. Down and left. We're going to kill the first 2 skeletons with our spear. A charge attack. If you hit both hits of it, staggers them. Stab. And you're going to see them start to glow. Stab again. Otherwise they will respawn. Pretty easy. Now, that holy pot's going to come in handy. The one on the right. Chuck it. Boom. The archers are easy, so we won't waste a resource on him. You're going to miss a stagger hit like me, probably. The cool thing about the holy pots is they won't get the chance to respawn with them. We're going to get 3 more, and they're going to get our last 3 holy pots. Again, making life easy. One. And the other one's behind us. Grab this. We need that later. We've used all 4 of our holy pots. I'll grab that one too. Why not? So we're going to make 4 more. We're going to run down here. There's going to be an archer up ahead of us. There's going to be 4 skeletons on the lower level. We are going to use the holy pots for those. Numero uno. Done. 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 And I forgot where the 4th one spawns. Where is he? There he is. Done. Run back up the stairs real quick. Because you can't craft items if you're being attacked. Wait for it to be not grayed out. There we go. Last 4. Here we go. Like I said, making your jobs easy. We'll go ahead and grab this, why not? We're going to get a blood rose. We are going to get a gray violet. And we're going to pull this lever. When we pull this lever, and we start running back, we're going to see that 2 more skeletons have spawned. Holy pots. I see 2 up there and wondering, how in the world do you get up there? Well, easy peasy. Back up these stairs. Hang a left, and in addition to the big door opening, the secret passage is opened. It's going to be tempting to run back there and grab that glovewort. Don't do it. It's not worth the effort. Kill. Oops. Missed. Accidentally switched my target. We're going to grab that. booger. I wouldn't bother, except taking the runes you get from killing him into account, so kind of got it. Pain in the butt. Didn't even say they're not terribly hard. There we go. Just a lot easier with the holy pots. Yeah, you can spear everything to death. They can sneak by it all, but the holy pots are actually really useful later on in the game too. So, kind of like everything else, just kind of getting you used to everything. So out we go. We're gonna rest here. We're gonna level up once. Specifically, dexterity. We don't need it right this second, but we're gonna need it later. Actually, pretty soon. And we're gonna go all the way back to Fort Fareth after I exit. When we get there, we're going to equip the Uchigatana that we picked up. Pretty sweet weapon. We're going to equip the Sword Seal. We're going to make some blood grease. And that gold foot we picked up, we're going to hotkey that bad boy. The gold foot gives us extra runes. And we're about to get a ton of them. This is where everything's starting to pay off. So, one more time. Equip the Uchigatana. Actually, I got to equip the Sword Seal first. That's going to raise our stats high enough to equip the Uchigatana. Two-hand that bad boy. We're going to make some blood grease. I don't know if this is necessary, but I'm doing it anyway. Yeah, we'll put it. Nope. We'll put it here. We're going to hotkey the gold foot. Don't use it yet. We're not ready yet. Got our talisman. Got our Uchigatana equipped. Got our blood grease. And we are ready to rock. So, back down to this dragon. He is not aggressive. And since we are back here towards the back, all of his buddies don't see us. Stand about here. What we're going to do is we're going to attack him in combos of 5. It's going to seem like it's going to take forever. But the Uchigatana has a built-in bleed effect that's going to just completely obliterate this dude's health. We're going to save that blood grease until he starts becoming resistant. Like I said, combos of 5. Sometimes they'll miss a little bit, and just watch that health bar. There, big chunk. It takes a little bit. That blood grease is going to speed things up for us, though. Just don't want to use it quite yet. We're counting for 5 and 6 bleeds. There's number 2. Things build up resistance throughout the course of the fight. So that's kind of why I'm saving the blood grease right now. Because early on he's not too resistant, but he'll get more so that way. And no, I have no idea why you just sometimes whiff. Oh, that was embarrassing. Must be a camera angle thing or something. That's really weird. free. I know, super entertaining. I don't have any jokes or anything. There's number 4. Now's a good time for that blood grease. There's number 5. Use the foot. Make sure we kill this thing. We've got 3 minutes to do it. Should be plenty of time. That's 6 bleed. And he'll be dead very soon. As I was saying. There we go. Foot's still active, as you can tell from the HUD. And here come our runes. Lots and lots of runes. So, here's the deal. My goal is a weapon that you need 24 faith for. Before we pick it up, we're actually going to find another really, really good weapon. So, your level up's going to depend on what you want to do. I'm going to lead you down the path of the scythe, which is 24 faith. We need 16 strength and dexterity, which we get from having the sword seal equipped, so we can ignore it for now. I like to add a little bit of endurance, a little bit of mind, and the rest is vigor. Health is so important in this game. And there you go. There's a ton of levels really quick. All that hard work paying off. I'm going to do something I've not done yet. I've been upgrading the Uchigatana, but I haven't used it very long afterwards. So I'm going to reallocate the resources and upgrade my seal instead, because I have found a couple times where I wished that my spells hit a little bit harder. I know I haven't really used spells too much yet, but we're going to start doing so. So we're going to ignore the Uchigatana. That might throw off the rune count a little bit. Strengthen armament. We're going to strengthen the seal up a bit. And actually, we might come out a little bit cheaper. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, it's going to make our incantations hit a little bit harder. We can get to +4. That's not too shabby. We've got seals left over. Or runes left over, pardon me. We're going to go visit the Twin Maiden Husk. And I think it was cheap enough that we might get off not having to use any runes for the things we need. We want the longbow. They're cheaper options. They're free options. We're just going to grab it. So, got the bow. We also want the memory stone. Yeah, about 600 short. So, a 1, 200 and a 2 for 400. Make 600. We can buy the memory stone. And now we've got a 4th spell slot. Back to the table. We're in good shape now. I think I forgot to talk to this guy earlier. Sure did. That's it. Back to the table. Alternatively, you can use... Going back to Fort Height. Actually, we meant to go to Agile Lake South. Got a little trigger happy. Anyway, if you remember back in part 1, we picked up a flail, a greatsword, some other stuff. You can sell those too. You don't need them. They're worth about 100 a pop if you wanted to use save your runes for something for some reason. But, you know, we're in pretty good shape. Just got a ton of levels, and yeah. We're going to check the map really quickly to see if it's going to be faster to fast travel, which it will be. So, little mistake there. We actually want to go to Agile South. So as I said, we're going to get a pretty awesome weapon here in a second. I used it on my first couple playthroughs, called the Bloodhound Fang. It's incredible, honestly, but I want to try something different. It doesn't really jive with what we're trying to do with this build, so not really bothering with it yet. Grab this. Little rune 2 there. Looking for these worm guys with the purple faces. Two-hand that Uchigatana. And we're going to go in here. Right, here's our summon sign. That's going to summon Blide, the wolf guy we were talking to. And now this is going to be a walk in the park.
Darrowell. Rotting in a cell is no...
It's easier with an upgraded Uchi,
No.
but this guy's pretty easy overall. Blide will stagger him a lot. Just be careful. There's a stagger. I missed it though. Blide's pretty awesome. There's a bleed, and now he's dead. And there's a awesome weapon right there. I'm gonna get teleported back out. What we really came here for, like I said, the weapon's awesome, but what we really came for is what we get afterwards. We're just about to wrap up here. We're going to talk to Blide. He's going to thank us for our help.
Had to work for it. Don't say I'm not.
That's what we really want.
Oh yes. If you venture, tell him I sent him.
And
Showed I owe you one already.
that's the other thing we need from him.
That's enough chit-chat. It's time we part.
And now we're good to go. That's not going to make a lot of sense right now, but that little piece of dialogue is going to open up an amazing talisman for us later. Maybe amazing's overshooting it a bit. Go back to Summon Water. You might remember it. I wouldn't say this is particularly necessary, but I really like his drop. So, we're gonna craft a few more holy potions. Not completely necessary, but potentially makes things a little bit easier. We're looking for that guy. Go ahead, fight this fight unlocked. when you approach him, he's going to warp. Typically, he warps back to where we picked up the stone. Not always. Yep, there he is. If you want, hop off, summon your wolves, hop back on. Like I said, this guy's pretty easy. He's not going to bleed. Oh, that's pretty much the only thing you got to look out for, and I did a poor job of it. Yeah, watch out for that. So as long as you avoid him when he comes crashing down, it's pretty easy. The ads are kind of a pain in the butt. That's why we summoned the wolves. See, holy pots do pretty good damage too. So if things start getting hairy, you can back out. Use the holy pots. And there we go. That's what we wanted. That'll despawn all that stuff. Give us a death root, and my favorite summon in the early game, Skeletal Militiamen. Everyone's got their own opinion. Those are the guys I like. Back to round table hold. And as said, we're about to wrap up here. We'll be on to part 5. Appreciate you guys sticking with me. I know some of these videos are running long. I know I'm not the most entertaining person in the world, but hopefully it's been really helpful for you. We're going to talk to Corin again.
Ah, well then.
We're going to buy Cure Poison this time.
May the Golden Order...
Yeah, thanks for that. We're going to talk to this boy here.
Those who all the more.
We're going to show him the death root.
Another foe with a problem. How would you like? If you're inclined, then I'll introduce. I have a matter.
Honestly, this is pretty optional.
Very well. I've marked the it will
but I'm assuming that not everyone's going to play exactly the way I do. And so, I'm showing you everything I can think of that's useful at the beginning. Back to the Bestial Sanctum. We're going to give that big boy that we haven't talked to yet, we're going to give the death root to him. He's going to give us a new seal. It's not better than your current one, but it is better for the bestial incantations, which we don't have yet. So it's just something to hang on to for later if that's the route you decide you want to go. So back we go. Hand it off. It does give us that seal and the beast eye. Beast eye is kind of useful too, I guess. And now for our next video, we will be starting at Agil Lake South. I will meet you guys there. Again, thanks for watching. Hope it's been useful for you, and we'll catch you at the next one.